Fiorentina have had an absolute awful start so far this season. After 15 games, they are finding themselves last in the Serie A with having 0 wins, 6 draws and 9 losses. So it's clear that the Italian team needs a rebuild. So let's get them back to the top of Italian football and also try to win the Champions League. And this is how the Fiorentina team is looking before we are making any changes to it. We have De Gea in goal, who is of course a fantastic goalkeeper, being 85 rated. We have some decent young players such as Comuso here, 20 years old, 74 rated. Dodo is just 26, so he also has room to grow, and 78 rated. Fagioli here, 76 rated. Fassini, just 22 years old. We have Moise Kean, who will be a key player in this team, just 25 years old at 83 rated. And Parisi is also a decent talent. And I will make some unpopular, I don't know if it's really unpopular, but I will make some changes to sell higher rated players in order to trust some of the younger ones. And one player I will actually give the trust to is VT here. He is just 23 years old, 72 rated. And what I will start to do in these rebuilds are to sign fewer players, because I want to have some variety in the teams. Because let's say I need a left back, there are only 5 or maybe 6 left backs that are good enough to be top class players in the rebuild. So I will try to give Parisi the time he needs to develop into a quality left back. But Viti here is a player I will trust. But yeah, let's get into the sales and signings. First, just sell a lot of players and then bring in a couple of great players to this Fiorentina team. And the first thing we did before making any sales was just to sign Mattia Vitti here on a permanent deal from Nice. We have actually sold fewer players than I expected us to do, because I thought the squad was bigger, but as we are now focusing on a lot more players from the team we are now currently rebuilding, which is Fiorentina, there aren't any reasons to go on this crazy selling spree, because I want to see if you can get the players that are here good enough. But we sold Pablo Mari to Paris FC. Sabiri has gone to Leeds, with Fortini going to Wrexham. Pungrasic is staying in Serie A and has joined Como, and Mandragora has gone to Lazio, and yes, he's one of the high rated players. No, maybe not. He's 76 rated player but 28 years old, so he was too old for me to really give him the chance. Plus we also have more exciting younger midfielders in the squad, and we also of course signed Mattia Vitti, who I showed earlier on. But we just need to talk about Nicolosi Caviglia. He was or is a CDM in game. However, I changed his position to a central midfielder, and he went up 3 ratings. I think it was 75 rated, and then I turned him into a central midfielder, and now it's up to 78. So another young-ish Italian midfielder that we will trust. But now let's go and sign. I'm gonna actually, depending on our budget, I am a bit unsure, but 1 to 2 players we will sign this first transfer window. And here is our first player, our first proper signing as the Fiorentina manager, and it is a center back. He's played in Italy before for Roma, I do believe it was. I am unsure if it's been at multiple clubs. I think it's one more Serie A club, but I'm a bit unsure. But it is none other than the half Brazilian, half Italian Roger Ibanez, who is back in at Italy, and we signed him for what was 39.3 million from Al Ahly. Our second and last signing of the first transfer window here at Fiorentina is another Italian, if we can call Ibanez an Italian. I swear he's half Italian at least, but this one is a proper Italian. He plays for AS Roma and is an attacking midfielder, and that is Tommaso Baldanzi, who has joined us in a straight swap deal with Robin Gosens. So this is how we line up ahead of the first season. We have De Gea in goal, who will stay here for 1 to 3 years. He will probably start to go down next season, so if we can get in a proper replacement for him, we will do so. If not, we'll just stick with him until it's too low rated, but I guess 2 years he will stay here. We have Dudu as our right back, 78 rated, 26-year-old. Ibanez, our major signing, 26 years old, 82 rated, but these stats are absolutely insane. 87 pace, 82 defending, and 85 physical. We have Comuso here, just 20 years old, 74 rated, so a big talent he is. Ranieri here, 26-year-old, 75 rated, and we also of course have Viti on the bench, but we will go through the bench later on. We have Parisi as our left back, 24 years old, 75 rated, so he also has potential, or not the potential, but with dynamic potential, he can grow into a pretty good left back. We have Nicolucci Caviglia here, 25 years old, 78 rated, and his partner in midfield is Fagioli, 24 years old, 76 rated. Our new signing, new attacking midfielder, is Baldanzi, 22 years old, 75 rated, and our striker, Edin Dzeko, he's now almost 40 years old, he's 39 with a rapid 55 pace. He is retiring at the end of the season, so in the next transfer window, we will sign a replacement for the, I'm willing to say he's an iconic striker. He's definitely one of the most underappreciated strikers in the last couple of decades. And then we have the star of the team, Moise Kean, the former Premier League flop, who has been pretty good for Fiorentina in the last couple of years. 25 years old, 83 rated. So it will be interesting to see how the first season go here with Fiorentina. And hopefully most of our players can have good seasons, as I really want to build a team around the Italian core we have here, such as Kean, Caviglia, Fagioli, new signing Baldanzi, Comusso as well, Parisi, even if club captain Ranieri can stay here for the whole rebuild as well, that would be very cool. But now let's simulate the first season, and hopefully we can just finish in a pretty solid mid-table finish. And that is the first season done here with Fiorentina, and let's see how we did. And we did a very solid season here, finishing 7th place, which I will absolutely take. I didn't expect us really to get into the top 10 at all. I was like expecting us to maybe fight for the 10th place, but finishing 7th is just absolutely fantastic from us here. 16 wins, 14 draws and 8 losses. And let's see how we did in the other competitions. Coppa Italia was won by Juventus. Did we get any far? No, we did not. We lost in the round of 16 to Parma after losing 3-2 there. And what about the Conference League, which we lost the final to Besiktas? If we won that, we would have had Europa League football next season. Now that we finished 7th, maybe there's a chance we have Conference League. It doesn't say so, but you never know with this game. But anyways, 7th place for us is a very solid season. And this is what I wanted to see in the first season. Dzeko has gone down 2 ratings, but we don't care about him. He's 40 years old now. David De Gea has also gone down a rating, so he will probably be our first choice for next season. And then after that, we will look to find a replacement. But Dodo is up to 80. Comusso has gone up 3 ratings. The same with Parisi. Caviglia has now reached the 80 rating as well, but Moise Kean 86 rated. He is definitely the player that has carried us so far this season. So let's take a look at the stats, and I expect to see him being the top scorer by a mile. And actually, Moise Kean was not our top scorer at all. It was Albert Gudmundsson, who has pulled his groin. I don't know if that's a serious injury or if he's not played, because Dzeko was higher rated. But Albert Gudmundsson, 39 games, 26 goals, 4 assists. Yeah, he's had an absolute outstanding season. Moise Kean just scoring 15 goals and picking up 6 assists, which isn't insane. But Nicolucci Caviglia here, 45 games, 10 goals, 15 assists from the central midfield position. As we also saw Baldassi there with 9 goals and 6 assists. I wanted him to play more. However, same with Fagioli, he's also not played too much, just 31 games. Dzeko 6 goals in his last season as a professional footballer because he is retiring. Then we have Dodo, 53 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. Ranieri 2 goals, Parisi 2 goals, 3 assists. Lamptey getting a lot of game time, which is fair enough. Nice to see that Comusso has played a lot as well. But we can see that we have a lot of players here. A lot of them are also or have been unknown. So I will just look to sell them once they are back, because they are not in my plans at all. Maybe I will just keep harder just to have squad depth. Same with Caprini, because they are young. But the rest of them will most likely be sold. But anything else worth looking at? I don't think so. Well, Quadio has played 10 games, which is fair enough, young Italian center back. But yeah, now let's go into season number 2. These are the players that has left Fiorentina this transfer window. It is Oliver Christiansen, who has gone to Al Hilal. Christian Kouame has gone to Valencia. Valentini has gone to Atalanta, with Sotil going to England and joining Sheffield United. Also moving to England is Antonin Barak, who has joined Leicester, and then Ensola has gone to Stade Rennais. Now that we have sold some players, we have a lot of money in our budget. However, I will not use most of it because, like I said earlier on this video, I'm happy with the squad we have. We finished in a pretty strong 7th place. So I will just sign one player, and that will be a striker, and I will probably include Mr. Where is he? Yeah, Albert Gudmundsson will be included in the deal if the club that the player I want to buy wants him. And yes, he had an insane season last season. However, he is 29 years old, and we need someone younger to partner Moise Kean. So we are kind of selling Gudmundsson in the high. And this is our new striker. He has played in Serie A before. He does in real life. He plays for Bologna. He is Argentinian. He's a young talent. And it is, of course, Santiago Castro, who had moved clubs in this save so far. We signed him from Sporting for 10 million, and Albert Gudmundsson. And here we can see Castro in the team. He's just 21 years old, already 79 rated. Got decent all-around stats. He has pace, he can shoot, he also has good dribbling and pretty solid physical as well. So he is like a complete striker for us, and he is gonna partner Moise Kean very, very well. And that is actually also the only signing I will make in this season. We are giving David De Gea one more year because he's 84 rated. He's more than good enough this season, but next year we will sign a replacement, or find a replacement for David De Gea. The rest of the team as well. Komosu is our lowest rated player, same with Baldanzi, but both of them are young. Both of them has more potential, so hopefully they can grow. Parisi grew very well the first season, same for Ranieri. And yeah, no reason to change anyone else. I believe in the players we have here. I believe they can do the job. And hopefully, now that, do we have Europa football? I actually forgot to check if you do have that or not. Let's take a look in the objectives. We do have Conference League, so we are back in Europe with Fiorentina. And yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be too much football for us to maybe finish inside the top 7 again. I hope in the top half, maybe. Let's go for another 7th place. If we can do that, that would be a very good season from us, in my opinion. And season number 2 sees us finishing 7th once again. And if I remember correctly, we are now a single point worse than we did last season. So another 7th place. I said I wanted us to finish in top 7. I would be more than happy, and we have done so. So I am assuming it's another season with Conference League, unless we maybe have won the Conference League. We of course reached the final last season. So let's take a look at the other competitions. Coppa Italia, how did we do there? We lost in the final to Juventus. We were close, very close to our first silverware. What about the Conference League? Maybe we won it this time. No, we lost in this. We lost in the final once again. So it's 2 seasons here in Fiorentina, 2 7th place finishes, and 3 final losses, 2 in the Conference League and 1 in the Coppa Italia. We were so close to winning a double with Fiorentina. Instead, it's another 7th place, and we are trophyless once again. However, it seems like it was another very good season, so I am assuming our growth has been pretty solid as well. Moise Kean is up to 87. Our midfield are all now 80 above. Everyone in the team, apart from Ranieri, is now 80 plus rated. But Vitti, as we can see here, is 79 rated, so we can actually put him into the starting 11. He is good enough for that. And De Gea is 84 rated. but 36 years old. I will see if it's worth replacing him. I think I will do that now. But the team has grown well. We still have a pretty young-ish team, with the oldest players, apart from De Gea, of course, being 28 years old, which means they can stay at the level for 5 years before they start to drop down in rating. So we have around 5 years to reach the Champions League final, but I'm happy with how the rebuild is going so far. The team is growing well. It seems like they are playing well. So yeah, let's take a look at the stats. And this time around, Moise Kean was our top goal scorer. He scored 22 goals, got 9 assists in 58 appearances. Roberto Piccoli here, however, scoring 20 in 45, so it seems like it's the other striker that are doing well, but Santiago Castro barely getting any game time. Has he had an injury? Maybe. I am a bit unsure, but I want him to get the game time. So Piccoli, sorry, you're transfer listed. I don't want to focus on you, with all due respect. I want Castro to be like the main guy, with Moise Kean, De Gea here, getting an assist as well. Parisi, 2 goals, 3 assists. Ibanez playing everything, it seems like 58 games from him. Viti getting solid game time. Ranieri also playing a lot, and same for Comusso, who went up 3 ratings. Dodo, 5 goals, 4 assists, 82 rated. Lamptey also getting a fair amount of game time. Another good season by Caviglia, 11 goals, 10 assists. 11 goals from Fagioli as well. Baldanzi, 10 goals, 10 assists, and he hasn't played that much. Just 35 games, but he's gone up 3 ratings, so I'm happy with that. And of course Kean, 22 and 9, Piccoli, 20 and 2, and Castro just scoring 4 goals in just 14 appearances. Isn't good enough, but hopefully next season, Castro, you will get more game time, and the same also goes for you, Tommaso Baldanzi. 4 players has left the season, or left the team going into season number 3. That is Roberto Piccoli, who has moved to Bologna, so a decent move for him. Braschi here has gone to, I don't know which team that is. It seems like Slobosia, I don't know which league it is in. Di Stefano has gone to Go Ahead Eagles, and David De Gea is back in England, back in the Premier League, and moved to Nottingham Forest. And we will only sign 1 player, and it will be a goalkeeper replacement for David De Gea, and I know exactly the player we will go for. The replacement for De Gea is here. He is 3 ratings lower than what De Gea was currently. However, he's also 11 years younger. He is Italian. It is Elia Caprile, who is signed from Cagliari for 31.5 million. And here is Caprile in the team as well, just 25 years old and already 81 rated, which is very good for a goalkeeper. And yeah, this is how the team is looking going into the 3rd season, and I'm very happy with the team. We have Caprile here, who will now stay here for the full rebuild, and I wouldn't be surprised if at least 9 of the players in the starting 11 do so as well. I will give them a couple of more years. However, I need to see a better season from Castro, or at least his rating going up. Same from Fagioli, Baldanzi as well. Hopefully Viti can grow. But yeah, the team is looking solid. Viti just need to go 1 rating up for everyone in the team to be 80 plus. But Baldanzi, you need to grow a bit more. 80 rated, I expect more from you. From our creative midfielder, but yeah, Caprile here. 25 years old, 81 rated, solid stats. He is our number 1. He will stay here for the full rebuild, I know that for a fact. But yeah, let's get into season number 3. And now I think it's time for us to maybe qualify for at least Europa League. It will be difficult because we don't have that good of a team yet, but they are gonna grow in the season, and hopefully it's enough for us to advance in the European competitions and not be stuck in Conference League for like the 4th year in a row, as of course Fiorentina are there in real life as well. That's season number 3 completed here with Fiorentina, and we have actually advanced a place. We are still picking up 61 points, exactly the same win, draw and loss ratio as last season, I do believe, but we are now in 6th place instead of 7th place, so at least we have improved on that part. However, have we had a good run in Europe this season? Hopefully, I'm not sure. Let's see. We were not in the Super Cup. Oh, we were in the Super Cup. We actually won the Super Cup, the Italian Super Cup, because that's 1st and 2nd place maybe. And the final and winners of the Italian Cup, Coppa Italia, if I am sure. At least we have won something. That's our first silverware we picked up, but it's a Super Cup, so not the biggest of trophies. The Coppa Italia was won by Fiorentina, so we have picked up trophies this season, not only the Super Cup, but also the Coppa Italia. So we have shown that we are a cup team here, beating Napoli in the final. Did we beat anyone else of the big boys? We won against AC Milan. We won against Inter as well. We beat Empoli, and we did not take part in the second round. So Empoli got beat, then we knocked out Inter, then AC Milan, and then Napoli in the final. So a very difficult run, but we did it. And what about the Conference League? We lost in the final of the Conference League again. 3 out of 3 final losses in the Conference League. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Thankfully, we are now out of this competition. But yeah, at least we made 3 finals. However, we lost all of them. And Fiorentina have made the final in real life of the Conference League as well, I do believe, earlier on. Didn't they make 2 in a row against Olympiacos and against West Ham? Is that 5 Conference League final losses for Fiorentina? If so, I feel bad for them. But we are now in the Europa League, I do believe, because we won the Coppa Italia. I may be wrong, I have no idea how it works in this game. It's not a way to check it either. Yes, it says here that we have Conference League, but you can't trust it. It's just something it says as a standard. You don't know what you do with the cup winners. But yeah, we've shown good improvement, and that probably goes for the team as well, if I were to guess. Castro 83 rated, Keane up to 90 rated, Baldanzi just 81, 84 for Caviglia, 82 for Fagioli, Dodo up to 83, Ibanez 85, Kumusu 82, Vitti up to 80, Parisi 82, and Caprile is 83. So the team is starting to look good. Ibanez and Dodo are getting on the older side, with both of them being 29. Keane is now 28, so we don't have too much time left. Hopefully we can see some good growth in terms of dynamic potential for the older players as well. Caprile playing 60 games in his first season, getting 2 assists. Parisi playing everything apart from 1 game, which is good to see as well. Ibanez 60 games, Vitti just playing 30. So we may need to look to sign a center back. Kumuso here 41 games, Dodo 59, 9 goals and 6 assists, pretty solid. And Caviglia 16 goals, 18 assists is brilliant. 7 and 10 from Fagioli, it's alright. Baldanzi just 3 goals but 8 assists. 33 goals from Moiskin, 10 assists. What about Castro? He at least played more this season, but scoring 14 goals and 0 assists isn't ideal from our Argentinian striker. But yeah, looking at this, we need a new center back because Ranieri and Vitti aren't good enough, and it's time for us to really take steps with this Fiorentina team. And we are just getting straight into it. We've signed a new center back, and we actually signed him from AC Milan. He moved there in the save, and we have also included Ranieri to go the other way. And our new center back is Dutch. It is Wouter Goos, who is pretty young in real life, at least. I don't know in this save, but we got him for 30 million and Luca Ranieri. And as we can see, he is 82 rated. And this is our starting 11 going into season number... Is it season number 4? I think it is. We have Caprile here, our new goalkeeper. Or he was probably signed last season. Who would always signed Goos now? I completely forgot about that. Wouter Goos here, 82 rated, just 24 years old. So he fits our team perfectly. But the team is starting to look shape. Moiskin, our first 90 rated player. So yeah, everyone in the team is 81 or higher rated, Baldanzi being the only 81 rated player in the team, and hopefully he can grow this season because it's time for him to take steps. Fagioli also need to grow a little bit more. The rest of the team is growing well. Hopefully Parisi got some more ratings in him as well, but the team is starting to look like a proper solid top Serie A team. And if we can get a maybe Champions League, fight for Champions League places now, it would be very, very well. Am I correct if I'm saying we got Europa League football this year? We have Europa League, yes. And they want us to reach the final of it. It will be difficult, but that's not what we care about. We care about just getting a good enough team to win the Champions League in a few years. But yeah, the team is starting to take shape. It's looking very good. We have some very good players, Moise Kean being 90 rated. Hopefully Castro can finally have a proper breakout season in this team. Caviglia has grown very well up to 84 as well. Ibanez 85, Dodo is 83, but he's getting on the older side, so hopefully his dynamic potential has kicked in. But yeah, let's go through season number 4 and hopefully we can fight for a top 5 place in the Serie A. And we wanted to fight for a top 5 place and we have done so, just 3 points behind the Europa League. Not the Europa League, the Champions League place. So we are getting closer, we are getting there. And yeah, it's good to see that we are finally involved in the Champions League fight. And as we can see, it's so close between the top 7 teams, or Inter far ahead of everyone. But between 2nd place Atalanta and 7th place Juventus, they were just 6 points. So we need to be at it next season as well. But we are finally in the top 5, hopefully top 4 next season. What about the Super Cup? Did we win it this time? No, we did not. We lost to Inter 3-1 in the final after we knocked Juventus out on penalties. What about the Coppa Italia? We did not win it this time. Oh, we went out early. We went out to Parma, losing in the quarterfinals to Parma 2-1. It's not ideal. What about the Europa League? We won the Europa League, which means we have Champions League football next season. So we've made an European final in every single season we've been here at Fiorentina. And can we do the impossible? Can we reach it in the next season as well when we are in the Champions League? I doubt it. I don't think we have any chances of that. But if we did, that would be absolutely insane. But another trophy that we have won with Fiorentina. And yeah, it's starting to look good this game. I'm really happy with the direction we've taken this team as well. Moise Kean up to 91, Castro 84, Baldanzi 82, Cavaglia 86 now, Fagioli up to 84, Dodo up to 86, and Ibanez up to 87. Comosso up to 85, which is just fantastic. Goes as well, also 85. Parisi is 85 as well. And then Caprile in goal, it's also 85. So honestly, I'm willing to say if everything goes our way, we can reach the Champions League final. Everyone in the team, apart from maybe Baldanzi, Castro and Fagioli, are Champions League winning material. We don't have too bad of a bench either, so you know, if it's a chance, I wouldn't mind getting into the Champions League final next season. But let's not get too excited. We don't have too bad time. We got like 3-4 years before Ibanez and Dodo starts to drop in ratings, but the team is looking good. Let's take a look at the stats. Moise Kean, 35 goals from him, but let's just go through everyone instead. Caprile, 10 clean sheets. Just 10 clean sheets. And we won the Europa League. And we also finished 5th in the Serie A. That's not ideal. Anyways, we don't care. Parisi done well. Ibanez as well. Ghost played 56 games. Comusso just played 39, so he's maybe had an injury. Dodo, 57 games. Not as many goal contributions this season, but still a single goal, but 6 assists is alright, I guess. Caviglia, 15 goals and 21 assists. He's been absolutely insane for us in that central midfield position. Fagioli, 16 goal contributions. Baldanzi, 17, just gone up by rating, single rating once again. 35 and 9 from Moise Kean. Beltran, 11 and 2. And just 15 goal contributions from Castro. Castro, mate, I wanted more from you. I expect more from you. But next season, maybe you can have a proper solid season. But yeah, let's go into season number 5. I see no reasons to make any signings for this team, so we'll just stick with the same team. And as we can see, we are starting the season with a red card to Fagioli and also a red card to Parisi. But yeah, just a single Serie A game. We don't, yeah, of course we care about that, but yeah. Nothing to really worry about. We're just simulating every game no matter what. But as we can see, every player in the defense is 85 plus, including the goalkeeper. Our midfield 86 rated, 82 and 84. So our midfield is the weaker part of this team in Baldanzi and Fagioli. And then we have Castro, who is 84 as well, but Moise Kean, our highest rated player, being 91. We are now in the Champions League, as we can see by the objectives, because we of course won the Europa League. So now that we have a chance to get to the Champions League final, the board wants it. They want us to win the Coppa Italia and the Serie A as well. If we do that, that would be absolutely insane, but as long as we just qualify for the Champions League once again, with this team, I would be more than happy because we still got some years left before Ibanez and Dodo goes down in rating, at least 3 years minimum, could also be up to like 4 or 5 years potentially. So our time is still on our side. Let's just take our time and get back into the top 4 and qualify for Champions League once again. And if we do the impossible and reach another European final, that would be absolutely insane. And would you look at that, we have won our first Serie A title. However, as we can see, we are not in an European final this time, but we are now showing our class in Italy by winning the Serie A with 9 points over Inter, who finished in 2nd place, and that is just brilliant from us. Let's take a look at the other competitions as well. We won the Coppa Italia as well. What about, we of course didn't qualify for the Italian Super Cup because we didn't reach the final of the Coppa Italia or finished in the top 2 last season, but a league title and a Coppa Italia title, that's just fantastic from us. We also knocked out Roma and Inter as well, and Pisa. So a good run. Once again, what about the UEFA Super Cup? We won that as well. We are now a proper good European side, winning the Super Cup, winning the Coppa Italia, winning the Serie A. What about the Champions League? That was won by Real Madrid beating Barcelona. Where did we go out in the Champions League? We went out in the round of 16 to PSG, losing 6-4 to PSG. Did we play the playoff or did we qualify? We directly qualified, so we are actually a very, very good side, just losing to PSG. And if we would have won them against them, we would have definitely beaten Porto, maybe lost to Real Madrid. But yeah, we go again next year. We have now won the Serie A for the first time. We won another Coppa Italia and another type of Super Cup. And looking at this, we now have a very international team. Everyone in the team is on international duty. So we will just take a look at the ratings later on ahead of next season. Even Lamptey here on the bench is on international duty. But Capril here in goal, picking up 4 assists, which is pretty interesting. Parisi, another decent season by him. At least he's playing and he's growing very well, which is nice to see. Ibanez, 5 goal contributions. Goes 4 goal contributions. Comusso playing 40 games, but he's 87 rated now, which is good. 5 goals and 7 assists from Dodo. Caviglia, 22 goals and 11 assists. I have no idea how this guy keeps on getting these crazy amount of goal contributions. He's a central midfielder. He doesn't even have good offensive... Well, he has good offensive stats. 85 shooting, 84 passing, 83 dribbling. He's just pretty slow. Not that good of a defender or physical, but a very interesting player. He looks very fun to use. Fagioli as well, 10 goals, 13 assists. He's finally starting to show his class once he's hitting his prime. Baldanzi, 3 goals and 5 assists. He has been the biggest disappointment, in my opinion, in this team. But Moiskin, 39 goals, 10 assists in 54 games, up to 92 rating. And Castro, he's also been pretty disappointing, not gonna lie. 41 games, 15 goals, 1 assist. Yeah. It is what it is. Let's move into next season. Fiorentina is starting to look like a Champions League winning side. We just need to reach the final. We came to the round of 16 last season. However, we won the UEFA Super Cup. We won the Coppa Italia and we also won the Serie A. And it's not a surprise looking at this team. We have an 88 rated goalkeeper, 88 rated right back, and also one 88 rated center back, while the rest of the defense is 87 rated. Caviglia is up to 88, Baldanzi is still just 84, and Fagioli is 85, Castro up to 86, but Moiskin is 92 rated. Just like the previous seasons, no reasons to make any signings. Our oldest players are still just 31, so they got more years in them. No need to panic, but it would be nice to finally reach a Champions League final. We are showing that we are more than good enough for it. Let's do it on the biggest stage as well. And Baldanzi, please just have a pretty decent season because you need it. You've not been what I was hoping for when I signed you. And as we can see, we have made the Champions League final and we will take on Manchester City in the big final. Let's see how we did in the other competitions first before our focus goes to the Champions League. Are we back-to-back Serie A winners? We are not. We lost the league to Juventus, who won it by 9 points. But we scored the most goals. We conceded the fewest goals. So as we can see, Atalanta scored the same amount of goals as us, but we conceded 33 while Juventus conceded 34. So yeah, pretty unfortunate not to win it back to back. The Super Cup, however, we lost that to Juventus as well. What about the Coppa Italia? We didn't even make the final. We lost to Atalanta in the quarter-final, so that is a bit disappointing. What about the Super Cup? We don't care about that because we weren't there, of course. So our only chance of silverware this season is the Champions League. So let's take a look at our journey to the final. We came second in the league stage. Then we knocked out Arsenal 4-2. In the quarterfinals, we were up against Barcelona, beating them 4-1. Then Bayern München in the semifinals, and now we have Man City in the final. So we had a very, very difficult run, but we have now made the final. And looking at the stats, Parisi now scored 6 goals, Caprile got another assist, Ibanez still going up in rating despite being 32, 3 goals, 1 assist from him, scored a goal. This Matias Moreno scored 2 from just 14 games, 1 goal from Comuso, 1 goal and 8 assists from Dodo. Caviglia still just having insane stats for being a central midfielder, 17 goals, 19 assists, 9 goals, 12 assists from Nicolo Fagioli. Baldanzi is suspended for the final, actually. That's a bit of a shame, not in terms of his performances, because he's been pretty poor, but it would have been nice to use our highest rated players. But no Baldanzi in the Champions League final, 4 goals and 8 assists from him, 34 goals from Moiskin, 5 assists, 18 and 6 from Castro, and 10 goals from Lucas Beltran. But this is how the Fiorentina team is looking ahead of the Champions League final. Unfortunately, Baldanzi is of course suspended, so who would I want to use? Fassini maybe? Yeah, let's use our backup attacking midfielder, as that would be the most normal thing to do. But let's go through the team one by one. We have Caprile here, 90 rated. Dodo is also up to 90 rated. Ibanez is 89. Komusu is 87 rated and still just 26 years old. Ghost is 88. He's been a good signing for us. Parisi is up to 89 rated. Caviglia is 90 rated, and honestly, when starting this rebuild, I did not expect him to be here towards the end. The only players I expected to do so was Comuso. Of course, we signed Ibanez as well, so I expected him to be here because I used all our budget in Season 1 on him. I expected Dodo to be here, and Moise Kean as well. I did not think Fagioli would make it. I had a little hope, but I didn't really expect it. And I also didn't think Paris would grow this well. But yeah, Caviglia is up to 90 rated. Fagioli is 86 rated. Then we have Baldanzi, who is of course suspended, who is 84 rated. So we'll put in Fassini, just 79 rated. But Castro is 87 rated. And Moiskin, the star man of this team, 93 rated. And our bench is also looking good. Players such as Beltran, Moreno, Richardson, Endur, Zoom, Lamptey, Martinelli, the goalkeeper here, Amatushi. Then we have Vitti as well, who is 82 rated, so we can't forget about him, who played a key part earlier on in this rebuild. But now let's take on Man City and lift the Champions League trophy after beating the English Premier League side. Fagioli, and we are now on a bit of a counter-attack. Fagioli to Cavaglia. However, we don't have wingers, of course, and our fullbacks aren't too attacking because we want to focus on being a solid defensive side. But Parisi is still joining the attack here. He tries the shot, but Donnarumma saves it. Dodo stops Haaland. He finds Fassini, who got a starting position today, and that's a wasted chance by us. But we won the ball again. Dodo finds Cavaglia, and it's another save by the Italian Donnarumma. Santiago Castro using his pace here. Castro, what can you do? He finds Cavaglia. This time Cavaglia! It's another save by Donnarumma. But I've got to say, Man City have been extremely poor today. Maybe it's a long shot by Dodo. Donnarumma saves it again, but it's been all Fiorentina in this first half. I've got to say, I've been really disappointing with Man City. I expect them to be a lot better than what they have been so far. Goes. Fassini finds Parisi. He gets past everyone. Finds Castro. And Donnarumma just... You can't score today. But we win it again. Man City are just yeah, they are looking lost. Cavagli this time. Yeah, it's Fiorentina against Donnarumma. And maybe this time we can score. Fassini now looking to find Castro this time. Donnarumma again. Maybe a corner is what's needed. Ibanez. Yeah, what is going on? We have created so many chances, but Donnarumma saves every single thing. And now Man City looking to attack. Reinders to Haaland. Erling Haaland to Reinders. Back to Haaland. To Nipan. And are they just wasting their chance like that? No wonder they... I'll take that. No, that's just brilliant defending from us. Let's get it away. There we go. Yeah. That's the only chance Man City have had so far this game. Bradley Barcola, and he gets absolutely destroyed there by Kamusu. But hopefully City won't create anything from this free kick here. Haaland, he just passes it to Ruben Diaz, back to Haaland. He crosses it to Shirky, but Ghost wins it. However, it's a corner to Man City. And can they create something from the corner? Ruben Diaz wins it, but that's just an awful header. Fagioli. Fassini. Now we need to score. It's time to score now. Castro. Santiago Castro. He hasn't been what we hoped for when we signed him. However, he scored his 6th goal in the Champions League this season. And he's scoring the most important goal of the save. Man City looking to create something late on here. It's Tijani Reinders to Rodri, who's still at Man City. Rodri cuts inside. We are looking a bit lost, but Reinders shot it straight at Caprile, and now let's just waste the time. And this should be game over. Fiorentina are Champions League winners. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed this rebuild as we used a lot of original Fiorentina players, and this is just the way to go forward. It makes the rebuild much more fun instead of having like 4, 5, 6 players in different positions to choose from. We're just trusting the players that are already here and signing some players, which is of course needed. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this rebuild. Hopefully you did as well. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys next time.